Hello, it's Christy again with Create with Christy. I'm here with the fourth video for my Everything is Rosy Product Medley class. And this is going to be a basic card. It's not going to be fancy fold, but I am going to show you how you can make your own background paper, and we're going to use the rose gold shimmer paint to do it. So I hope you like this one too. Okay, here comes the last card in the set. This one you're going to want to get the one, well, it's the last one. It's the congratulations card in case you're doing it out of order. And you're going to find a piece of Melon Mambo, and it's the 8.5 by 4.25. 8.5 by 5.5. This one is 4" by 5.25, and this is a Blushing Bride. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and grab that scrap piece of paper I had earlier, and we're going to make us some background paper again, but this time we're going to use shimmer paint. So yes, you can stamp with shimmer paint. So you want to get the stamp that's like the vine looking one. I'm going to shake this up again. Always shake it up, even if it's only sat for a few minutes, because it does tend to settle. Once again, that gave me some ink in my lid. I'm going to pick up a little ink, just a little bit, and then pounce on lightly on the stamp until it's covered. And if it looks like some is pulled a little bit, like you got a little too much, just kind of tap on it again. And then you're going to stamp it directly on the paper. See? And it gives a really shiny effect. I don't know if you're seeing that. That's the one bad thing about videos, you can't see. But if you're doing this at home, then you're going to see it. So you just keep doing this. Once again, you want to do, and you don't have to pick up paint every single time. I probably shouldn't have that time because I got a little too much again. And now I'm going to do it at a different direction and bring it up. And mine's starting to pool a bit, so I'm not going to add any more paint. I did a little too much on those others. Now this one will probably stamp a lot better. And one thing, shimmer paint does dry pretty quick, which is nice. But you probably want to do this first so it can have a chance to dry a little bit, especially if it's pooling like mine is here. And just keep randomly doing it, move it around till it looks good to you, and stamp. Now when you start to run out in your lid, shake it up again, and you'll have paint again in your lid. Okay, the magic of television again, it's all done. It really makes a neat shimmery effect. I really like that. So you're making your own shimmer background paper. Go ahead and put that to the side. And I'll let it dry just a little bit. It won't take that long to dry. And I wanted to give you a little tip on the cleaning. You could use a wet paper towel, or you can use a baby wipe to take a lot of this off. That way you don't ruin your chamois, or if you've got a stamp and scrub. And that'll make it come off. And if it ends up drying on your stamp at all, say you weren't able to get to it right away, say it's coming up with no problem, what you can do is take either a cotton ball and put some rubbing alcohol on it, or you can use one of those little, they're little wipes that you can use that have alcohol. The alcohol swabs, that's what I'm trying to think of. And that'll take it off completely too. But that looks pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead, just to make sure I got it good and clean, use my chamois. And that looks really good. So that's ready to go. Now the things you need to get out of your pack, you need to cut a piece of rose gold foil again. This one is 2.5 by 2. You need to get the other medium-sized floral arrangement that's just got the regular leaves on it. And get another one of those small ones. And then you need to get the long label that has the diagonal lines, the rose gold on there, and the one that has the holes on each end. Now these come out really easy since they aren't they're just on the white cardstock. They're not on the foil. So see, that came off really easy. And I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. And I'm going to stamp the congratulations stamp right across this. Make sure it's not upside down. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I just could have flipped the label over. I want to make sure I don't put it on the card upside down. Stamp that right in the middle in between the border. And there you go. I love the fonts in this. They're so pretty. I love the swirl look. Okay, now we're going to put this on the card. First, let's go ahead and give that paint a little more time to dry. And this is another card base, half piece of cardstock, which is the 5.5 by 8.5. Fold it in half. So those of you that are new to card making, you would just take, card bases are always half a sheet of cardstock when you make a regular card. Okay, I'll put that over to the side. Bring this in. It looks pretty dry. And, oh, take that back. Let's go ahead and die cut. We're going to die cut a couple of things out of this. So bring my die cutting machine back in. Get those out of the way. And this time, you are going to get, I forgot to get this out before the video started, the larger die with the leaves. The vine, I guess you'd want to say. And you're going to die cut 2 of these. So you just lay it on one side of the foil and use the same, oh, I forgot to do, I thought that looked funny. So it's the magnetic platform, standard cutting pad, the foil facing up, and then your die, and then another cutting pad, and run it through the big shot. And this one will come out just like the little one. It's pretty easy to get out. You might have to poke a few more. Actually, it came right out. It's still in the paper. Oh, and it didn't cut all the way. Here's a trick. I'm glad that happened because now I can show you how to fix it. You lay this on top of it again, and it will go right. See, I'm moving it really hard, and it's not moving because it goes right into the grooves of where it was cutting. So I'm going to turn it over and try it again. Sometimes turning it over makes it cut better. So I'm going to put that through twice. Oh yeah, this cut fine now. Now you can see that it cut through and it came out with no problem. But sometimes you have to cut them twice. So let's go ahead and we'll do that twice with this one, the next one. But isn't that gorgeous? I love that. So pretty. So now we'll put this on. I'm going to put it the other direction so it fits a little better. Actually, I probably should have made this a little longer. So make this, just make it a 2.5 by 2.5 inch square. I think you'll have a little more room. But that's okay. Some of it's not going to be shown on my card anyway. I must have written that down wrong. See, I would definitely use a 2.5 by 2.5 square and you'll be fine. Okay. Oops. And once again, it didn't go all the way through. Your die cutting machine, it may go through just the one time. So once again, I'm going to lay it on here, make sure it's in the groove, move it around every which way, turn it over, and run it through again. Another way, if I had remembered, well, if I can get this to quit flipping, next time, if you remember to do it twice, since I forgot that's how I had to do it again, you can actually pick the whole thing up and turn it over. Then it won't move on you. And then run it through again. So that's actually the better way to do it, because I kept forgetting. That's the way I had to do it. So now we can pop this out. Okay, so now we've got both of those cut out. Put the die over here so I don't lose it. Now this is definitely dry after doing that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the ribbon and I'm going to thread it through the right side of the label and get it right in the middle. So make it so the ribbon ends meet, and make sure it doesn't twist the ribbon too. Sometimes you'll twist that, so I'll bring it down. There we go. Now I know it's straight. Bring those ribbon ends together, close. It doesn't have to be perfect. And now it's going to be wrapped around this. So what we'll do, we'll bring this around, and I'm just going to thread this top one through this one. There we go. And I'm going to tie these in a bow. So what I'm going to, oh, I did twist that a little bit, so let's turn this around a little bit. There we go, because you want it to be flat. Now I'm going to take a single knot. I'll just tie it like you would, you're going to tie your shoes. So you do a single knot like this. That way it's all in order. That way you can play around with it a little bit too. There we go. So now I've got it pretty much in the middle where I want it. Now I'm going to finish it off. So having these perpendicular like this is how I do it. You take the bottom one, make your little loop, have your index finger there, wrap it around your index finger, put it through the little loop you just made, and there's your bow. And this is the way you want it angled. And you can play around with it to get it twisted. Just twist it like this, tighten it up as you go. And that's ready to go. Pretty good anyway. There we go. And I'm going to trim the ends a little bit. I'm going to leave them a little longer than I did that last card, because I like that look. Okay, now we can go ahead and put this on the card base. You can slide it if it's not right in the middle and get it straight. Once you've got it the way you want it, then you can put it on your card base. I always put a little bit of adhesive on the ribbons on each side so it'll stay down on the card. Pop that on. And that looks pretty like that, but I wanted to add some of these beauties. So what we're going to do, this is going to be the top one, the medium-sized one, and it's going to go on like that. And I want the leaf, this blue leaf to be up here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some adhesive and put it on the back where that leaf is. So you see it's right there, it's behind that leaf. And take one of these and put it on like that. Okay? Then I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of this. I'm even going to go over the foil. And I'm going to tuck this underneath here just a little bit. That's a nice thing. This is not attached at all, so you can slide this to where you like it. That looks pretty good. Okay. Now this will be flipping around, but that's okay. It's a lot easier to put these on that way. Now I know I'm going to want, this is going to be laying down like this down here. So I know I'm going to want this to be coming out from underneath the pink one. So I'm going to make sure I get a lot of adhesive on the back of that pink flower. Doesn't matter where it's at. This time we don't have to worry about any adhesive being outside of it because it's going on the card. It's not going to prevent it from closing or anything. So I've got that where I want it. Put some adhesive on the back here. And slide it under here. And there we go. Now, you're probably wondering, is she ever going to use those embellishments that come with this? These are the mirror ones, and I'm going to use them right now. So one thing I found, when you go to get some, you're going to bend this, the edges are going to break. That's okay. It's the way they're made, so it'll probably pop here when I do it. See, that one just broke, but that's okay. The actual embellishments will not break on you. And you can see there is some film on it, and that keeps them from getting scratched up. So I'm going to put one here in the middle of this pink flower. And then I'm going to put another one in the middle of the two biggest flowers. So this one's the Melon Mambo one up here. Now that they're on, I just take my finger. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn my phone off. So you just take the film off. And it is all done. So that card's done, and now we're getting ready for the 3D projects. So let's see you at the next video.